In the Uckermark region, about an hour north of Berlin, this farmhouse and the farm surrounding it were falling apart when Stefan Palme bought it 12 years ago. Everywhere you look, there's plenty of repair work to be done.
Wenn du die Trommel drehst, dann müsste doch rankommen.
But Palme's decision to move from Bavaria to eastern Germany has paid off. He now owns a farm with 100 hectares. Although the price of agricultural products has risen sharply in recent years, the price of land has been relatively stable. But that may be changing.
In den letzten 2 Jahren kann man also schon sehen, dass sich
in the last 2 years, there's been a massive structural shift. For example, 2 or 3 investors came here from outside with a lot of capital, and now half the land in the area belongs to them.
The rural regions of eastern Germany are beginning to change. The town of Felgentreu in the state of Brandenburg has a population of 450, a volunteer fire department, and lots of barn swallows. Now it also has one of Germany's largest biogas plants. A furniture manufacturer from the state of Rhineland-Westphalia built the plant here because the area had suitable land and political support in the form of subsidies for renewable energy. Even the head of the state chancellery is paying a visit from the state capital, Potsdam. He's listening to the company spokesman explain the purpose and scope of the investments.
The biogas plants cost about 20 million euros. The greenhouses on the other side of the street cost 12 million euros. And the infrastructure improvements here in the agricultural operations cost another 6 million. So altogether we'll be investing 38 to 40 million euros by the time we're done.
The company expects its investment to pay off in 12 years. The Felgentreu biogas plant will provide electricity to 17,000 households. Rye, corn, and Sudan grass will be grown on 3,000 hectares to fuel the biogas generators. The heat that is generated as a byproduct will also be used. The company is building a gigantic greenhouse right beside the biogas plant. Soon, cucumbers and tomatoes will be grown here on 10 hectares under glass. The proximity to the Berlin market is a cost advantage. The biggest landowner in eastern Germany is the federal government. The agency responsible for privatizing that land welcomes the arrival of big investors who are driving up sale prices.
It's obvious that prices have risen in dynamic fashion over the past year and a half. The average price we received in 2007 was more than 20% higher than the prices we were getting a year earlier.
That may be good news for the federal government, but not the local farmers. They're unhappy with the government's sales policy. They say selling the land to the highest bidder ignores the interests of local farmers, who are being priced out of the land market. Stefan Palme says the prices for agricultural land have gone completely out of control.
Selbst wenn ich ganz optimistisch kalkuliere,
even if I calculate very optimistically and estimate my profit very optimistically, I'll never be able to earn enough to pay the sums these investors are bidding at auction.
The local farmers say the problem is the speculators who are willing to spend enormous sums to corner the land market. The investors hope to strike it rich by taking advantage of global food shortages and the continuing growth in the global population. In Hamburg, entrepreneurs like to think big. Robert Frohwein and Moritz Spilker have also discovered farming. They've already raised 65 million euros to buy land with their company, Agro Energy Incorporated. They hope to purchase 18,000 hectares, which would make Agro Energy one of eastern Germany's biggest landowners. The two businessmen are predicting a profit of 8%, with 5% of that total coming from the anticipated increase in land values.
Dann haben die hinten einen Geldvoranschlag. Was ist das denn?
Ob eine Wertsteigerung von 5%.
This 5% annual increase in value over the next 10 to 15 years, you can believe it or not. We're not making any promises. But that's what the estimates say for this sector. Is it possible? Do we believe it will happen? Well, anyone who tells us they don't believe it will happen, it's too high, then they shouldn't invest with us.
Dann ist er auch bei uns nicht der Investor.
But land as an investment is an alien concept to farmers like Stefan Palmer.
487.000 Euro, das kann ein Spekulieren kann man nur, wenn man
Speculators are people who have such large financial reserves that they can stomach a loss, even a total loss. But we just can't afford that. Farmers just don't have those kinds of deep pockets. And I don't think it's really what farmers and what farming are all about.
Change is underway in the business of agriculture. After the collapse of communist East Germany, farmers like Stefan Palmer got farming back on its feet and rehabilitated the Eastern German farms. But now rising land prices are pitting these farmers against tough new competition.